Welcome to the Virgo Full Moon Tarot for all of the signs. Hi everyone, this is Nikki E and welcome to another video where today guys I'm bringing you the Virgo Full Moon, which is happening on the 18th of March 2022. Now I've done a full moon video. I've done actually a full moon podcast episode. So the link is down below, so you can head over to my podcast where I go a bit more in depth what the planet messages are saying, what also this Virgo full means for all of us, and also, some like health and wellness that you could be inspired by during this Virgo full moon. So with this Virgo full moon, there are some, a little bit I'll talk about, there are some like planet conversations that are with Pluto and also Neptune, and this is going to be helping us to, when we are going to be releasing anything that no longer serves us, especially from 6 months ago, we're going to be putting it into practice. And there can be some illusion or some delusion along the way, but also there's going to be a huge inspiration to be working with ourselves on a deeper side of ourselves, and it could, and also deeper shadow sides of ourselves as well. So if you want to hear more, head over to the link which is below. Okay, so I'm going to be doing the tarot for all the signs, and I've just picked out 3 cards. These are oracle cards, and these cards are very creative, but they are also very inspirational, motivational, which I feel some of us may need during this full moon. So the first card we have the creative expression. So during this Virgo full moon, this is a time that some of us may be very creative, because the sun's in Pisces, and Pisces is all about creative expression on an emotional way. So I feel during this Virgo full moon, during the whole purging, releasing, working with ourselves, there'll be some things that we want to actually start, and this is going to be very creative as well. So I feel that some of us are going to be seeing, oh, this is an actual skill that I actually wanted to do, a very creative skill. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like writing, drawing, painting. It could be something else. It could be something that is very sort of like quite mercurial, like very logical, but we're going to put like a bit of like a creative spin in it. But this is going to be also helping us to really express ourselves in a way. I'm also seeing there's going to be a bit more confidence as well during this Virgo full moon. The second card is asking for what you want. So this is a time to ask for what you really want, okay? Because there's going to be some questions that's going to be coming up. During this Virgo full moon, we're working with the Hermit card. And this card is about isolation. It's about listening to that inner voice. It's also about knowledge. But also there's going to be loads of like, our minds could be swirling during this time. And also during this time, even working with the Hermit card, there's going to be things that we're going to realize that I actually want to do. It's also going to be showing us like an inner confidence of, okay, this is what I really want to do. So it's about what you really want to do. Are you not going to say anything, or are you going to ask what you want? This is the time to really communicate your thoughts, because this is Mercury as well. The second card is agent or manager. Now, when I saw this card, it made me feel like, oh, agent or manager, but it actually sort of makes sense, because some of you guys during this time could be changing your job as well. And especially going with like the creative expression. Even, like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be, but some of you may be going to that creativity. So this is about, also asking for what you want. Some of you may be wanting a manager or an agent, whether with acting, or you'll be seeking like a publisher, with poetry, or if you're a writer as well. And sorry about that. Virgo is a sign that's not necessarily, like the archetype of Virgo is a sign that's not necessarily, like Pisces creative. It's more like, it does, like, it works in most of the fields, actually. The actual archetypes is a general that is like doing like medicine and doing secretarial work. But sometimes the sign, it does take the other side of, the other axis of its sign. So some of you Virgos, if you are Virgo, some of you actually may be wanting, you may have a lot of work that you want to put out there. In order for you to do that, you may need help to be promoted. So some of you may be, asking, or even when you're doing like your rituals, one there may be, asking for an agent or a manager or someone that can help promote you, because we are also working with our confidence here. Virgo is a sign that is quite shy. The general sign of energies of Virgo is actually very shy. It feels that it has to do things by itself. So sometimes we need the help. We may not think we need the help, but we actually do. So having an agent or a manager can actually help you get back to that next step. Or some of you may be deciding to be an agent or a manager to someone else, because Virgo is also the theme. The energies of Virgo is also service to others as well. So it could be you or it could be someone else. So these are like the sort of like creative energies that some of you guys could be working with, or this is like the general energies as well. So guys, let's do the tarot signs for all the signs. So let's start off with Virgo, because you are the star of the show. Okay, even though it's Pisces, the sun is shining on Pisces, this is your full moon. So Virgo, this is obviously in your first house. Okay, so there's gonna be lots of working with and purging of stuff that you no longer need as well. It feels like there's this great insight into what you really want. There's things that you've done 6 months ago that you may feel that's no longer working. So this is a time to be doing some soul searching, looking like doing some like deep energy work as well. Also feel with some of you Virgos, during this full moon, it can actually be quite powerful. I feel some of you are going to be getting a lot of powerful insights to what needs to come next, but also what you need for your future. Some of the things that you release now and start, what you start will be very pivotal for the next 6 months when the full moon goes into your sign. Also, Virgos, I feel some of you may decide that you may want to teach. You may want to actually like teach or even learn. This is a time of being called to like your destiny as well. So in order for that to happen, something needs to let go of. So I feel some of you Virgos are going to be really working with those deep, intense energies. And this also could be very creative. This could also be something that's to do with higher learning. Your relationships are going to be playing a huge role as well, because the sun's in your 7th house. So there may be things that come up when it comes to your relationship with your partner. This is about balance. This is also about, there might be a bit of a tug and war that's going on. Things may not be clear in the beginning, but they will become clear afterwards. So the first card you have is a win-win outcome is forecast, and it's a full moon in Libra card. So whatever goes on, you're going to be seeking balance, obviously. But when we work with that energy that's going to be happening for you, Virgo, it's about being emotionally honest as well during this time. Because you've got Pluto that's involved, and it's in your 5th house. And this is going to be bringing up some old dreams that you have, didn't do, and now you maybe want to do. Things could be, you could be toing and froing in a way. But when it says a win-win outcast is forecast, once you make that strong decision and stick to that decision, this is what you're going to be getting. The second sign we have is Libra. So Libra, this is in your 12th house. This is a house of dreams, secrets. This is a time where some of you may want to be, alone in your thoughts. There may be stuff that comes up when it comes to, thoughts from the past to do with like your mother in some way, your family. This is about your roots. Also, during this full moon, when it comes to like your releasing energies, the 12th house is a time of resting and also a time of dreams. So while you're going to be doing that, Librans, other themes that that you're going to be working with is like joint finances and your deep personal relationship as well. Some of you may be going sort of like gung-ho when it comes to like your finances and making sure that things are actually paid off as well. And obviously some of these things are going to be behind the scenes, so it's all about working with your energy, because there may be a time that you may feel that you can really go there, but then your mind and energy is like, just rest. So really work with your energies now, regardless of all the themes that are going to be coming up during this time. So the card that you have is bring love into the situation. So it's like, you're sort of like touching upon something for Librans. It's about bringing love into it. So if you feel, this card it's a new moon in Aquarius card. So it's like a new beginning for a lot of you during this full moon to, enjoying to relax, enjoying like whatever springs up, whether it's emotional or whether it's not, bring love into it, and also love what's actually coming up in. I know it might sound strange in a way, but this is like a new beginning for you to rest, but also for you to like also love yourself as well. And there's going to be a time during this full moon that a lot of you may want to be isolated. So I feel that some of you may even start to do things behind the scenes, something creative that you're going to actually love. So anything that happens, bring love into the situation. Scorpio, this is in your 11th house. Now this is a house of groups, associations and your friendships, but also your aspirations and goals. You also got energies that's going to be connected to your, your relationships. And yes, your relationships are going to be playing a huge part in this. And also, when it comes to like your communication. So during this full moon, how you communicate, when it comes to like your friends and your, especially like your goals, how you're communicating is going to be very important. There may be a time during this full moon that you're going to see who, who you want to be surrounded by and who you don't want to be. And, you're ruled by Pluto anyway. So this is going to give you this huge, like, sort of like power that comes up. There can be some emotional manipulation and power games as well, whether it's through you or whether it's through the people that you're associating with. And this is for you to like really work through it. Okay, because with the nodes that's going to be activated during this time, this is about your destiny. So I feel some of you Scorpions are going to be wanting a bit of like sort of like harmony and peace within groups and friends. So whether you're doing it or whether someone else on the outside is going to be doing it, this is what you're actually seeking. Okay, but how you're communicating as well, and even like your mindset as well, they can actually be a bit of a psychic. Some of you could actually be feeling quite psychic as well during this full moon, because you're going to get a lot of deep psychic insights. So the card that you have is conclusions are within reach. So there's going to be a resolution. There's also going to be a conclusion. This is a full moon eclipse card. And full moons, eclipses are about releasing. And it's also quite a powerful releasing card as well. So you, Scorpions, are going to have a very deep cleansing time, and I feel some of you may have seen this actually coming. but it just probably takes this full moon in Virgo to be doing it. And there may be some people that leave, there may be some friends that leave, and there also may be some new friends that actually come in. But regardless, they'll be giving you new inspiration. Also, working with people that are like having the same mindset as you is all good. Sagittarius, this is in your 10th house. This is like the high house, the high point house. So this is going to be highlighting, you know, your career, your status. This is to do with like bosses. This is to do with your father as well. You also have themes when it comes to like your routines, you know, your health, your work. Also, when it comes to like your finances, like your self-worth is going to be of most importance during this time. And, you know, there may be themes during this full moon that come up when it comes to, you know, your family life. You know, I'm talking about like the past can like really come up during this time, and this is definitely connected to your career. So things may not be clear when it comes to like, you know, your work life and also your family life. You know, there may be secrets that actually come up. And also, you know, some of you may be really feeling quite, how can I put it? I was going to say gung-ho, but some of you may actually maybe feeling that you want something to change within your career. And also because it might be impacting your home life in some way. But things may also not be clear. You may be thinking it, and it also might be, things actually might be fine, but also things may not be fine as well. So this is a time of communication. This is also a time that, you know, looking at if your, you know, your work is actually balancing what you're earning as well. Okay, and this is also a great time for you to do restructuring your routines in some way, and looking at what you're actually putting within your body. So all these themes are going to be coming up. So the card you have, the moon card you have, is hold your vision. So your vision is definitely about your future. You know, there's things that are not really adding up now. So if you see like this is about your future. So if you see that your future is going to look better if this happens, then definitely this is a time to really change it, really work with it during this full moon. And it could be changes with all themes of life, especially when it comes to like your career in any way. You know, if you're working hard and you're not getting that, getting your due, might be time to change. Some of you may change it very quickly, or some of you may be actually quite relieved about, you know, wanting change to happen as well. So yeah, changes that are coming for you, Saggy, in your career. Capricorn. So Capricorn, this is in your 9th house. Okay, so this is about higher learning, your beliefs, the law, publishing, people from faraway places. Some of you may even decide that you may want to travel during this time. You also have themes that's concerning yourself, how you communicate, your mindset. And also, these are elements that can definitely come up for a lot of you Capricorns. And also when it comes to like creativity as well. So there's a time, this is a time that you guys are going to be thinking of what you need when it comes to like your learning, basically, and if it's actually making your heart sing in any way. And also there may be themes that come up where it's hindering you in some way, like when it comes to, you know, are you having fun? I feel this is a very much a thinking time for a lot of you. Your thoughts may be quite distorted in some way. You know, you may be envisioning what you actually want, but actually doesn't really happen. Also, you know, even what you're saying and what you're speaking, it may not be really clear. So you may have to go back to the drawing board somehow. You could be feeling quite dreamy. There may be a time where you guys may think, I actually want to do this and do that, but you might be called to like really study. But some of you might be thinking, this is not making me happy. So this is the time to think about what you want for your long term. because the ninth house is to do with, you know, it's like your goals, but it is also, you know, higher learning that can benefit you for the long term. You're all about the long term in general, Capricorns. So if something's not making you sing your heart sing, or if it's not making you feel very creative, or it's making your mind feel a bit weird, now's the time to really change this. So the card you have is a fiery climax approaches, and it's a full moon in Aries card. So you could be doing things very quickly. You could be changing course very quickly. You could be initiating something very quickly now, Capricorns, and this could actually really shock you. You could just like tear up all the things that you're learning and just decide to just start from scratch. You could also decide that you want to put a creative spin in it as well, because this is about what makes you happy. And there may be some stuff that you've done 6 months ago that seemed good, but now it doesn't really seem too good. This is about starting something fresh, but also starting something new. Then we have Aquarius. This is in your 8th house. Okay, so this is a bit of a dark house. This is a house that is about, you know, the occult, your dreams in a way, but also to do with like your joint finances. Okay, so this is where the energies and themes are. Other things that come up during this time is, you know, when it comes to like your home life, when it also comes to like your money situation as well. There could be, you know, this is about you working with your finances. There may be things that you may need to pay off now. It may, you know, you may have, you know, some things that can come up is that you may think that there's money there and it's not there. So it's about going back to that drawing board. This is also about savings as well, your self-worth. This is also during this full moon, things are really going to become clear about how much money is going in and out, you're spending, how much you're saving, when it comes to like your joint finances. Also, Aquarius, I'm not going to lie, this could be very emotional. It could be very emotionally quite intense for a lot of you too as well. So there may be some trauma or some themes that come up that makes you change course during this full moon. But Virgo's asking you to really work with it, not bury it. Really work with it. Feel the intensity, feel the emotion. And, you know, working with someone can help as well. That could be your partner. It could also be your friends. This is also do with like occult work. So during this time, you guys might be doing some deep analyzation work. You know, some of you may be confused about finances in some way. This is about working with someone like a bank manager, a financial advisor, but also, you know, and also especially if it's harming your home in any way, like the home, like there's things that you want to like fix and decorate, you know, because the North Node is guiding you to be around the home a lot anyway. So there may be a lot of themes that come up within the home that needs to be fixed, and this is also to do with the past as well. So there's a lot of deep psychological work coming up for a lot of you. So the card you have is you and your loved ones are safe. It's a new moon in Cancer card. So, you know, it's about knowing that you're safe. You know, it's about knowing that whatever happens, you know, because some of you may feel quite insecure during this full moon. You might be feeling, oh, I haven't got enough. You know, it can make you feel like I'm like financially unstable. It could also bring up themes about, you know, some of you may have not had like money in the past. It could be like you didn't have enough money when you were younger, and this could also bring up some themes of insecurity when it comes to money. So as long as you're working and being honest with what's going on when it comes to finances, know that you're going to be safe as well. And like I said, I do feel it's going to be very emotional for a lot of you Aquarians. Pisces. So Pisces, this is in your 7th house, okay? And you have themes that's connected to your how you're communicating in any way, your siblings, writing, speaking, learning. Also, there's also themes that come up, especially within your seventh house, is your friends and your goals. And yeah, your friends and your goals will definitely come up now. So this is a time that when it comes to like your relationships, it's about working with your partner. It's definitely about working with your partner, but there's also going to be a releasing aspect. So there's things that are going to be definitely coming up that, because with the seventh house, it's to do with like contracts, it's to do with business, it's to do with like partnerships. It's about regrouping. So there were things that you worked on 6 months ago that now has to be released. So if there was any clinging going on, Pisces, you may decide, oh, I'm not going to work with that no more. Also with Neptune, that's also involved. This is about the self. So this is about you really looking at yourself, how you are acting, how you're speaking, how you're seeing yourself. Because there could be some like illusion or some delusion that's coming up during this time. So, whenever you always meet Virgos twice a year, okay? Twice a year, probably more. But whenever Virgo comes up, it's asking you to be honest, Pisces, not living a dream world. This is about being honest when it comes to like your groups and associations. Are you being possessive of a group or a group being possessive over you? This is the time to be doing some deep psychological analyzation of if there's goals that you're working towards, are they working now? This is about your mindset as well, because your mind could be quite, this is what this is what I'm going to do, but you actually don't do it. So this is a time to be honest, because there are going to be some things that you've believed in that they're no longer going to be serving you. And this also to do with your relationships as well. There may be things that you're seeing in your partner that you're not really liking, so you may need to break away or just communicate. And if it's not working, there may be might be a slight change that's going to be happening, but it's up to you to initiate it, because you're ruled by Neptune. This is about, it's quite illusion, it's quite delusion. So you could be some of you could be deceiving yourself in some way. So Virgo is guiding you to be honest as well. There's also going to be some, when it comes to like your friends as well, Pisces, some of you are single. Friends can turn into it can turn into a relationship. But again, we have to see if this is what we really want, or is it because you feel lonely. So a lot of these themes can definitely come up now. And yeah, that's what I got for you, Pisces. So you have nothing is set in stone. It's a mutable moon, and Pisces, you're a mutable sign. So when it says nothing is set in stone, that means things are very much up in the air, Pisces. Things are very much up in the air. There's things that you guys are, I feel there's a side that feels like a lot of you are in a bit of a daydream, I'm not going to lie, about when it comes to like all these themes, like your mindset as well. It can feel quite dreamy, but also it's about being quite clear. It's also about not forcing yourself, but it's also about being clear in your actions and your words and not deceiving yourself. And if there's things that come up within your relationship and also like in a group setting and also your goals, it's about being clear about it now. If you feel that you can do X, Y, and Z projects, you have to do it, Pisces. And if you feel that you can't handle it in any way, it's about working with one and some has to go, or working with one, finishing it, then starting again. Okay, then we have Aries. So Aries, this is in your sixth house of health, wellness, routines, and your work life, as well as you've got themes that are coming up when it comes to like your finances, your career as well, but also when it comes to a spiritual practice. So I feel that during this time, a lot of you may be getting like some downloads that's going to be helping you. You know, there's going to be things that are going to be springing up, and these things could be springing up within your dreams. That's going to be really quite supportive as well. And it's about being honest as well. I know I say honest a lot, but Virgos is quite a discriminating sign. But, you know, whatever comes up within your dreams now, Aries, it's going to be helping you when it comes to your, you know, your routines. Some of you may decide you really want to get stuck in it, like want to get fitter, healthier, wanted to like do like just a whole detox, but also a whole, you know, like just a whole set of routines. And I feel that your dreams could be quite powerful during this time now. You know, when it comes to like your, you know, your career also, this there can also be like a change in your career, you know, because when you're actually sorting your life out now, Aries, there could be changes that happen. So some of you may decide that, you know, this is no longer working for you. It's actually hindering you in some way. There may be things that you guys may be doing on the side that may be taking over, you know, but there's going to be a definite change. And I feel that, you know, with your career aspect being highlighted here, it's about, you know, your career highlighted, and also like when your money as well, your money is going to be playing a huge part during this time. So I feel that some of you may be definitely sorting out your career, your, you know, your status, how you view yourself in the world, but also how much when it comes to like your earnings and finances, and how that is impacting yourself as well, you know, because they're all entwined. You know, the sixth house is to do with how we're working. So yeah, this is what I got. And you got communication is key, new moon in Gemini, and Gemini actually rules your third house. So this is about communicating your truth. A lot of you Aries are not shy to do that. Okay, you are not shy to do that. So communicate your truth. If you're not happy in like your job, because some of you may even find that you're not actually really happy with what you're doing. You know, you may be doing a lot more work than you're actually used to. And then you're finding, actually, this is actually hindering me in some way. I find I'm not really sleeping properly. I'm thinking too much. You know, my dreams are really crazy and they're telling me something and I'm not doing it. You know, also, I maybe find that I've up for promotion, and, you know, all these things are going to be coming up for you. So when it says communication is key, really communicate how you're feeling within your job. Listen to your thoughts as well. If you guys, some of you guys may be guided to be doing something different within like your fitness and your workout routines, listen to your body is really important, because you may be doing that sprinting and you find that your knee is feeling a little bit, you know, weird. Might be time to be stretching. So listening to your thoughts, listening to your body too. Okay. So Taurus, this is in your fifth house. This is a lovely house for a lot of you Taurus, because you've got the North Node, which is in your first house as well. So there is stuff that a lot of you Tauruses, you know, like especially 6 months ago, I have to keep going back because it's all entwined. But there was stuff that you guys did during like the fifth house. It's to do with like the kids. It's to do with like fertility, creativity, and, you know, fun and dating. So there was things that happened during 6 months ago that may be releasing. So some of you may be pregnant. So, you know, the baby could come now, you know, because this is a releasing. Some of you may decide that, you know, some of you may decide you no longer want kids, or some of you may decide, or no longer, but like letting go of thinking about that and really concentrating on like your, you know, yourself a bit more, really concentrating on, you know, your self-worth, you know, taking care of yourself as well before you even like want to start a family. There can also be themes that come up when it's due, like, because your belief system is definitely changing now. Your belief system is going to be very powerful. So it almost feels like whatever you're thinking and saying is actually going to stick. Okay. And you know, Pluto rules your seventh house, so this is like your relationships, but also this is about your belief system. So there's things that I feel a lot of you may want to learn now, but also you're going to put it into like a creative practice. This can actually be more of a creative practice for you. But because we've got the North Node in your sign, this is going to be bringing a powerful time for you to be doing releasing. I feel some of you may even decide to start like a new creative project, and this could be with your partner, but it also could be with your, you know, in a group setting as well. Really look at your group setting. Really look at who is honest and who's not. There may be some. There may be. I'm getting like there may be something that happens within a group, like, you know, oh, let's do this, let's all do this together, and things are just not really clear. There could just be lots of like meetings and talkings, but nothing's actually happening. So you may want to be aligning yourself with some people that are very different. The fifth house is going to be helping with your, you know, your goals and aspirations as well. It's actually a really great time for a lot of you Taurians. So you got a time for healing. So this is a time you're going to be healing a lot, Taurus. You know, there's a time of healing when it comes to like your body, healing like your friendships, because some friends may, there may be some stuff that comes up within friendships that may need to be healed. It could be about past friendships. It could be a time that, you know, you're healing from like an old way of thinking, and now you're getting like a new, brand new way. A big time of healing for a lot of you Taurians, and I feel this very much feels like a really happy time for a lot of you guys. And some of you, I also feel, because the fifth house is do with like physical fitness as well. So some of you may have had good intentions last time, and now it's just like, I'm gonna start it now. It's that time. So you could be healing your body in some way, but also taking care of yourself. You know, because just the self is important as well, Taurus. Gemini. So Gemini, this is in your fourth house. Okay, this is the house of home, roots, you know, the past. This is also to do with, yeah, my mind just, whenever I talk about the fourth house, my mind always goes blank. But anyway, so this is, you know, an emotional house. All the air signs are getting like an emotional hit here. So there could be lots of feelings and thoughts that goes towards, like, you know, when you were younger during this time. There's things that are going to be released as well. Any like emotional upsets that you have. You also got themes that's to do with like your joint finances, and also like a spiritual practice. And you know your 12th house is also activated as well, Gemini. Very, very, it's actually like a you got like a grand trine that's sort of happening, actually a water trine that's happening. So some of you Geminis, I feel a lot of you Geminis are going to be feeling extremely emotional during this full moon. Especially you got like the 12th house, you got the 8th house, and you got the 4th house activated, all the water signs. So this is going to be a time of releasing, a time of emotional, is a time of sensitivity, intuition. This is all going to be playing up with a lot of you. And this can, I'm not going to lie, I see some tears along the way. I see some of you could actually not be working hard to not want to be emotionally vulnerable. And this could basically make it worse. So it's about working with these emotional currents that's happening. Yeah, you got you got a grand water trine happening, Gemini. So work with those deep energies that come up, you know, because there's themes that come up when it comes to like your, you know, any type of trauma. This trauma could be to do with like, you know, finances, you know, joint finances in some way, your family, but also, you know, dreams are going to be very powerful now, Gemini. And this is a time that some of you may want to ground yourself. This is a time of deep purging, deep releasing. So this is a time to ground with a spiritual practice, whether it's through meditation, through tarot cards. I feel some of you Geminis may also want to be understanding yourself a bit more. There's some of you Geminis also may want to, you know, work with doing some healing work, some energy work as well. because whenever the water houses are activated, the past really does come up more so than ever. So this is, Virgo again is asking you, because you're ruled by Mercury. So Virgo is asking you to be, you're ruled by Mercury, which is your first house. So your mind is going to be going way back. Even in your dreams, it's going to be going way back. So allow these energies to come through, Gemini, because this will help with the cleansing. So you got your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So Pluto's in Capricorn, which is your 8th house. So this feels like it's going to be a powerful time, a powerful new beginning for a lot of you Geminis to work with these emotional energies that come up. And also, the grounding work that you're going to be doing is going to set you up for the next 6 months. It's just best to see it like that. And also, because you're a learning side, you're definitely going to learn from it too. Okay? It's a very emotional time for a lot of you Geminis. Cancer. So Cancer, you have this in your 3rd house. This is a house of communication, thinking, writing, speaking. Some of you may decide, I'm picking up a lot of you Cancers may want to start writing now. Definitely want to start writing now. Writing like your thoughts, your goals, your dreams. This is a time to be doing like a journal, because you have energies that's coming up when it comes to like your relationships and also, your goals. This could be to do with friends as well. But also this is to do with like this is also to do with like your belief system. So there's going to be lots of, again, there's going to be some downloads that come for a lot of you Cancers. I feel that you guys will be very happy to be working with the energies that come up now. I feel some of you will find it very easy to do it because you are all about your future. Okay. And yes, you got Saturn, which is in your Saturn's in your 8th house, which is making a lot of you feel very emotional. But also because we've got the other planets that are happening within your relationships and your goals and your friends, and also like your your mind, your belief system is going to be helping you. There may be some things that you're hearing that may or may not be true, Cancer, so just really mind for that. It could be a lot of like he said, she said. So really, if you're believing in something, really like stick to that. Try not to be swayed by any other opinions as well. This is a time where a lot of you may be getting something published as well, or even deciding to like really sit down and write that novel. This is a really great time to be doing like work on social media, getting your thoughts out there as well. Your partner, could actually help as well during this time. Pluto being in your 7th house, it actually showing you who is manipulating you, who, if you're being controlling or your partner's being controlling anyway. This is a time of giving balance and also respect. So I feel a lot of you Cancers may be a bit trusting now and allowing people to, like, especially if it's your partner, to like work with you. This feels very much like a business time for a lot of you Cancers. Getting stuff out there, like written work out there, but also, having a bit more trust. And this also is to do with like your friends as well. But there may be, this is about looking at your friends and if there's any tug of war going on, whether it's from you or whether it's for your friends. It's all about looking at your goals and aspirations. This is the time that a lot of you can actually get gains because you've got the North Node there. So you are being urged to work towards your goals and your dreams. So if you've been procrastinating in any way, Cancer, this is a time to sort of like get back to what you want to do. So it's time to take a breath out. So because I feel a lot of you Cancers are going to be extremely busy during this full moon, time to take a breath out, because the 3rd house activated. Virgo rules your 3rd house, so this can bring on, generally this can bring on anxiety. It can bring on, the nervous system being revved up. It can also make you feel that you have to do it all. So this is a time to really take breaths, do meditation to calm your thoughts down. And it's also going to be helping you not to think you have to do everything. There's going to be people that are going to be helping you, cancers, during this time. So allow these people to come in. But I feel meditation will definitely help. When it says take a breath out, that's saying to me meditate, because your mind's going to be on auto cue as well, because you may feel you have to do it all, you have to make it perfect, you have to make sure you meet certain deadlines. You can get very anxious during this full moon. So meditate, go for walks, do like a workout, especially when it's time to like go to bed as well. You may want to like do like a routine to help you like switch off, because this feels very much like a time of revved up energy, because you've got lovely houses activated. Last but not least, we have Leo. Okay, so Leo, this is in your second house. So Leo, this is about, money, your views on money. This is like a Taurus house. This is about self-worth. This is about eating habits as well. This is also about creativity, and it's also to do with like your self-care. And also you got themes that are connected to your routines, your goals and your dreams, your health and wellness. This is also, you've also got themes that are to do with like your joint finances as well. So like Aquarius, your finances are being highlighted as well. So this is a time to be working through anything financial, Leos, anything that needs to be paid off, anything that, some of you may decide that for once and for all, you're now going to save. You're not going to be spending too much, because Virgo being in your second house is quite frugal. It's making you think more seriously as well. It's making, I feel a lot of you are going to be thinking that this is what I need to spend and this is what I need to really save, and I'm really going to go for it. 6 months ago, some of you may have had really good intentions with it, but Christmas is here, and some of you may have kids, and finances could just go out the window. So now it's time to really get serious and make a plan. This is going to be a great time to be sort of strategizing, making a plan. It's also a great time for you to be looking at what you're putting into your body as well, what you're eating, looking at, are you keeping yourself healthy and fit? All these themes are going to be coming up. But also, there may be a time that you may be seeing that these things are actually going out, and it's not really, some of you may think, oh, where's the money gone? And you find out, oh, I spent it on this, I spent it on that. So there may be some sort of like illusion or delusion that comes up when it comes to like your finances. So you may also work with someone as well, because with Neptune being in your 8th house, this can cause a bit of disruption. There may be things you're paying out and you find that you're paying too much, or someone may be overcharging, or there may be some lies or deceit. But Neptune, the 8th house, is a house of the occult. It's also a psychic house. So you, Leos, could be really psychically in tune now. Okay. And also there may be themes that come up when it comes to like any type of fears that come up, fears to do with like your finances in some way, like if you're supposed to spend on this, and but then a couple of years ago you did that and that happened. So it's about having that sort of balance in what that you need to spend money on and what you need to save, and not thinking that, oh, this has happened, so this is going to happen again. It's about really like sort of like taking a step back and seeing things for what they are, because Virgo is asking all of you and all of us to be honest as well. So you have nothing will come out of this situation void of course moon. So when it says nothing will come out of this situation, I feel this to do with fears, Leo. I feel it's to do with fears, because the second house is to do with, in a way that, it can be to do with like having too much control over finances somehow. So when we're trying to control everything, Leo, nothing will come out of it. Sometimes we have to control in a way like, you know, controlling our spending, but also knowing when to spend. So it's about listening, definitely listening to your intuition. And I think for you, Leo, listening to your heart, because you're ruled by the heart. And also, you know, like I said, there's a controlling aspect, but also it's a good thing. When we're controlling ourselves, it's actually good, because also you're going to be looking at, you know, what's physically within you. So some of you may even decide now that there's things that you need to control. You know, whatever we're putting in our body, it can actually be affecting us in somehow, because Pluto being in your sixth house, this is to do with the, you know, our routines in some way. So I feel that a lot of you are going to be very sort of like controlling, but also quite diligent. You're going to be making sure that there's things that go out that needs to, but you're also going to be keeping an eye on it as well, but not veering off too much, because like what the card says, nothing will come out of the situation. Okay, so guys, that was the Virgo full moon for all the signs. And one thing I forgot to say, it will affect all the signs that are late Virgo, late Pisces, late Sagittarius, and also late Gemini. So it's at 27 degrees. So there's going to be a huge ending that's going to be coming for a lot of us, but especially for the mutable signs. And the endings can be good and the endings can be, you know, a bit up in the air. But regardless, it's going to be quite a powerful time. There's going to be a time that, you know, creativity is really, spirituality and creativity really like sort of save a lot of us as well. And like I said before, we are being asked and guided to be quite honest, going with that whole Virgo theme. So guys, thank you very much for listening. Feel free to let me know how the Virgo full moon has gone for you. And also don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And also guys, check out my March monthlies for all of the signs. It has lots of messages for all of you. So thank you very much guys for listening, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.